Hi friends, very good morning to one and all. My good name is Mr. K.S.RAJKUMAR. I am assistant professor working in KSR College of Arts and Science in Department of Computer Science. Today I take the privilege of presenting the information regarding the topic reasoning, which comes under artificial intelligence. First I am giving the definition about what is AI. AI is the technology or technique in which the machine just like stimulates the behavior of a human, quite like having the problem solving skills, analyzing the problem and giving the solution to problem and doing the task which a human can do by its own without any intervention of human. So, it is quite like how the human behaves or how a human accomplish any task, that will be taken care by the machine by incorporating the behavior of human brain into the machine, right. This technology is what we are referred as AI. So, today AI is playing a very vital role in all fields, right, quite like in machine learning, robotics, industries, healthcare, and it is wide over. Robots are also playing very important role in taking care of healthcare as well as in education. Today I am going to deliver the topic about one of the topic in AI, that is reasoning. So, I start with what is reasoning. Reasoning is nothing but knowledge, acquiring a knowledge. I am going to discuss here 9 category of knowledges used in artificial intelligence, but before that I am giving a different 4 types of reasoning, 4 or 5 types of reasoning. Then we will go in depth about various reasoning used in AI. One of the reason is quantitative aptitude. Aptitude is nothing but having the knowledge about mathematical problems, how we can solve the problems in maths using shortcut methods. This is what quantitative aptitude, right. Similarly, verbal reasoning, here it is purely related to reasoning is that is now I told that reasoning is nothing but knowledge. It is purely related, verbal reasoning is purely related to knowledge related to English grammar. Okay. So, knowledge related to English language is what we generally refer it as verbal reasoning, right. Then third one, analytical reasoning or logical reasoning. It is quite like general mental ability of a human, how he solves the problem or how he analyzes the problems. That is what we call it as logical reasoning, right. Say for example, if I want to switch off the fan, I will go to the switchboard which is nearby that fan, right. This is what a general example of logical reasoning. Okay. Say for example, you are having 3 switchboards, but if you want to switch off the fan, you will go to the switchboard which is very near to that fan, right. So, this is a common logic. Similarly, if you switch on the fan, but still it is not running, you will check out whether the power has been on or not, right. These are all the general way. So, general logical thinking. Okay. Then non-verbal reasoning, this is another kind of knowledge. It purely deals with images or figures, Say for example, I am having 3 or 4 figures. First figure is having a human with 1 pen in his pocket, and in the second figure the same person is having 2 pens in his pocket. In the third diagram is having the same person is having 3 pens in his pocket, right. What will be the next figure? Definitely we know the next figure has to be the same man with pens, but number of pens should be 4, right. So, this is what non-verbal reasoning. So, it is purely related to images or figures, getting the knowledge from images or figures or what we called as non-verbal reasoning, right. Similarly, technical, it is related to branch of discipline, whether it is a computer science or EEE or MBA management or whatever. So, getting knowledge about any technical areas, what generally call it as technical reasoning or technical aptitude. Okay. So, let us discuss about the remaining 9 more reasoning which comes under the category of artificial intelligence. First I will list out the 9 categories and let me explain one by one. First one is analogical reasoning. The second one is cause and effect reasoning. The third one is comparative reasoning. Fourth one is conditional reasoning, and the fifth one is criteria reasoning. Sixth one is decompositional reasoning. Then the next one pros and cons reasoning. Then set based reasoning, then the last one is syllogistic reasoning. Okay. Let us see one by one 9 reasonings. First one, analogy. This analogical reasoning is purely related to comparing certain instance related to your situation, right? Say for example, if today is not a sunny day or it is not raining, okay, so I am not going to take any umbrella, understand? So here considering the current situation, that is today is not sunny as well as it is not having any rain today. So based on the situation, I am going to take some action, that is I am not going to take any umbrella. So this kind of comparing a situation and taking some action or getting some knowledge is what we generally referred as analogical. Analogical is nothing but just comparing something, right? So this is what analogical reasoning. Okay, it is relating to the situations. Okay, right. Next we are going to see cause and effect reason. Say for example, a faculty may tell to the student that if you don't come tomorrow to the exam, then definitely I will put absent for you, right? Similarly, if I transfer amount to you, you will get lot of money in your account. If I transfer lot of money to your account, you will have plenty of money in your account, right? So if some action has been taken, what will be the effect? Okay, if for any action, what will be the effect? So correlating both cause and effect is called as cause effect reasoning, right? What action to that action, what will be the following sequences? So correlating these two things and getting some knowledge is what called as cause and effect. So I have given two examples for cause and effect. Still I am ready to give one more example, right? If you come punctually to college, definitely you will get good marks. This is also another one. Okay, right. Then third one, comparative reasoning, comparing anything. Say for example, Rajkumar is taller than Balu, Balu is taller than Manohar. Similarly, Muthu is not that much having weight compared to Saravanan. Similarly, Manohar is very bulky compared to Muthuswamy, right? So either comparing height or weight or salary or any other thing. So comparing any 2 or 3 or even more than 3. Say for example, this guy is Mr. Muthuswamy is the best person in the company. Ramakrishnan is the best student in 3rd CSA. So comparing anything with anyone and getting some knowledge. This kind of reasoning is what we call it as comparative reasoning, right? So in the slide I have given one example that Mr. Rajkumar is beautiful than Mr. Arun Kumar. Okay, right. Then next one, conditional reasoning. Conditional reasoning purely based on if statement, right? Say for example, if switch on the motor, if the tank is full, then switch off the motor based on the conditions. Similarly, a faculty may tell the student, dear students, I am having important work, I am going to leave the class now. Only if the bell rings, then get out from the class, otherwise don't go from the class. So unless some condition is met, we should not do anything, right? This kind of knowledge is what called as conditional reasoning, right? If you are punctual, then you will get good marks. So if statement, right? So if some condition is met, what will be the further sequences? That what we are calling it as conditional reasoning, right? One more example, if you have good knowledge, if you study and have good knowledge about aptitude, you can really get placement. If you score well more than 60%, you will get good placements, right? So these are all the general examples for conditional reasoning. Then the next one, criteria reasoning, right? Say for example, here the criteria reasoning is purely related to the policy or rule to be followed, right? This is what called as criteria reasoning. Say for example, here I have given the example, if you want to get some admission in BSc Computer Science in KSR College of Arts and Science, you should have 80%. Similarly, if you want to get into the placements, you must have the eligibility criteria of having 60% in 10th, 12th as well as in UG without having any arrears. And also you should have resume, proper dress code, then only you will be allowed to attend the drives. This is what we are calling it as criteria. Criteria is nothing but rules or policy. One more example for this, if you come after 9 o'clock, you will be marked as absent. This is what said by the teacher to the student, or even the college principal sir who is telling to the staff members. If any of the faculty come after 9 a.m., your attendance will be marked as absent. So before or on or before 9 a.m. is the condition for the faculty members to be entered into the college. So, this rule or policy based reasoning is what we are generally calling it as criteria reasoning, right. The next one, decompositional reasoning. This is nothing but breaking the bigger one, any problems or something, into small parts and getting knowledge. Say for example, I have break down the parts, each and every part of the computer, and get the knowledge about how each and every parts are connected to each other. Then I explain to my students about how to assemble the computer, right. Similarly, one more person, the playful person, Mr. Saravanan, he has break down the cube into smaller parts and taught to his friends about how a cube can be formed. Okay. These are all general examples of decompositional reasoning. Anything, any problem or any task which has been split into smaller parts and getting the knowledge about that one is what called decomposition. Say for example, a HOD can break the problems into smaller parts and assign the tasks to each faculty members, right. This is what called as decompositional. Task, whatever subtask comes with that task, and then allocation to that task as well as subtasks to the faculty members. These kind of knowledge is what we call it decompositional. Okay, right. Pros and cons reasoning, right. Pros is referred to the any arguments of a case, and cons are arguments against the case. Pros is nothing but any plus. Similarly, cons is nothing but any minus. Say for example, if you come regularly to class, you will have good marks. This is pros. This is nothing but advantage of coming to the class regularly. Similarly, if you don't come to the project exam tomorrow, you have to wait for 1 more year to reappear. So, definitely you cannot go to any higher studies, as well as you cannot be able to attend any placement drive. This is cons. Cons is nothing but demerits. What are the demerits? Because of having irregular attendance. So, here I have explained about the pros of having good attendance as well as cons of not having good attendance, right. Okay. So, in this slide I have given the example, Vinod likes Balu, Raji likes Balu, and Anandam do not like Balu. Okay, right. Because of them, he may lose some good contribution or help from another. That is what the knowledge we have to get back from that. Okay. The next one we are going to see is set based. It is purely related to the set theory. Okay. Set is nothing but grouping of similar data items into a same group. That is what we call it as set. Say for example, Rajkumar, his family members can be referred as a set. Similarly, some group of students belong to a particular class, 3rd CSA, that is a separate set. BSc Computer Science, that is a separate set. Within that, first year CS, that is a separate set. Second year, that is a separate set. Final year, that is a separate set. Within the final year itself, A section, that is a separate set. B section, that is a separate set. D section, that is a separate set. E section is separate set, right. Okay. Now, I am giving some examples. Okay. Defense people are intelligent. Defense people are intelligent. Rajkumar is working in defense, that is all. Here, indirectly we can get the knowledge that Rajkumar is intelligent by knowing that he belongs to the set, that is defense. Since he is one of the member of the set, namely defense, which has been mentioned here, we can acquire the knowledge that he is very intelligent. Rajkumar is intelligent. So, this kind of knowledge is what we call it as set based knowledge, right. Similarly, one more example for that, in KSR college students are excellent, brilliant students who are having excellent placement. Mr. Saravanan is studying in KSR college. So, we can come to the conclusion that he is excellent and he has got excellent placement. Okay, right. Since he is one of the family member of the KSR. Now, we are going to see the last reasoning, that is syllogistic reasoning, right. Syllogistic reasoning is, as we know, reasoning is nothing but knowledge. Once again, for recapture, I am telling that syllogistic is nothing but getting some knowledge by reading out statements, by reading either 2 statements or 3 or 4 and getting some conclusion, that is getting some knowledge. This kind of knowledge is what we call it as syllogistic reasoning, right. So, in the slide I have given 2 examples. Now, I am explaining about these 2 reasoning. First one, statement 1, all human beings are animals. Statement 2, some animals are good. Okay. So, conclusion, what will be the conclusion? Only some people are good. Am I right? Because human generally refers both male as well as female. So, finally, we come to the conclusion some people are good, since all human beings or animals has been given this statement 1, and in the statement 2 only some animals are good, that means only some people are good, it is right. Similarly, second example, statement 1, all human beings are animals. Statement 2, some human beings are male, that is wrong, because here it has been given only male. So, we cannot come to the conclusion that some human beings are male. Okay? Thank you. So, today we have got the knowledge about what is AI and what are the various type of reasoning. First, I have explained about various reasoning used in outside, that quantitative aptitude, verbal reasoning, logical, analytical or logical reasoning, non-verbal, technical. Then I come in depth about AI based reasonings, cause and effect, set based, criteria, syllogistic, and we have seen almost 9 reasoning. Okay? Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.